My beloved sisters and brothers, there's a quiet thief in the night, more insidious than any burglar, more cunning than any con artist. It steals not your jewels, but your very essence. It's the thief of your potential, and its name is distraction, the insidious thief of distraction. The world, my friends, is a symphony of sound and light, a constant carnival of stimuli. But amidst this vibrant chaos, a quiet, insidious thief lurks. It doesn't come cloaked in shadow or with a crowbar in hand. No, this thief is far more cunning, far more subtle. It steals not your jewels, but your most precious commodity, your time, your focus, and ultimately, your potential. This thief is distraction. Think of it. You sit down with a purpose, a noble intention to create, to learn, to grow, and then a flicker, a notification on your screen, a half-formed thought about what someone else might be doing, a sudden urge to check the news, to scroll through endless feeds, to dive down rabbit holes of triviality. Each of these is a tiny, almost imperceptible thread, yet woven together, they form a powerful net that ensnares your attention. They pull you away from the task at hand, from the quiet work that truly matters. This thief doesn't just steal minutes, it steals momentum. It fragments your thoughts, scatters your energy, and leaves you feeling breathless and unaccomplished, even after hours spent seemingly busy. It whispers sweet nothings of urgency, of needing to know, of keeping up, all while quietly siphoning away the very essence of your productive power. It convinces you that multitasking is efficiency, when in truth, it's often a masterclass in divided attention and diminished returns. This insidious thief thrives on your desire to be everywhere at once, to consume everything, to miss nothing. But in its pursuit of everything, you end up grasping at air, while your true work, your deepest desires, remain untouched and unattended. Eyes open, we are bombarded by images, by comparisons, by the glittering, often deceptive facade of what others possess or achieve. We scroll through endless galleries of curated lives, each one seemingly more perfect, more joyful, more abundant than our own. We listen to the clamor of opinions, the judgments of strangers, and the ever-present hum of what society dictates we should be, how we should look, what we should desire. This constant external gaze becomes a powerful magnet, pulling our attention away from the rich, fertile ground that lies within. We become architects of magnificent excuses, master weavers of procrastination, all while the magnificent, boundless universe that resides within each one of us remains largely unexplored. We compare our fragile, unique blossoms to the seemingly flawless blooms in someone else's carefully constructed garden, forgetting that true beauty, true growth, springs from the soil of our own being. But I tell you with the certainty of a rising sun that the most profound wisdom, the most enduring peace, and the most authentic joy are not found in the reflections of others or in the fleeting applause of the crowd. They reside within your internal universe. It is a universe teeming with unexpressed talents, with dormant strengths, with a unique rhythm that only you can dance to. It is a place where your intuition whispers truths, where your creativity yearns to paint its own masterpieces, where your spirit longs to expand and soar. To neglect this inner realm, to constantly seek validation or definition from the outside, is to leave the most magnificent cathedral of your existence locked and unentered. It is to deny the very essence of your divine individuality, to silence the song only your soul can sing, is the tragedy of the unfinished masterpiece of self. Each one of us, from the moment we draw our first breath, is given the raw materials, the vibrant pigments, the potential to craft a magnificent work of art, our own unique life. We are born with an innate creativity, a singular perspective, and a vast, fertile canvas awaiting our touch. Yet how often do we allow this masterpiece to remain in a perpetual state of incompletion? We tinker at the edges, perhaps, adding a tentative brushstroke here, a hesitant dab of color there. But the grand design, the bold strokes, the intricate details that would truly bring our vision to life, these remain untouched. We become architects of magnificent excuses, master weavers of procrastination, allowing the dust of daily distractions and external clamor to settle upon our precious work. Consider the time we pour into the fleeting and the trivial, the endless scrolling through other people's highlight reels, the casual gossip that drains our energy, the constant comparison that diminishes our own inherent worth. Each moment surrendered to these distractions is a moment stolen from the meticulous, joyful work of self-creation. The vibrant colors of our purpose remain unmixed, the intricate patterns of our passions remain unstitched, and the grand symphony of our potential remains unheard. What a profound sadness to reach the twilight of our days and look upon a canvas that, despite its inherent brilliance, was never fully brought to life. The act of reclaiming sovereignty and nurturing the inner self. For too long, perhaps, many of us have lived as subjects rather than sovereigns, not subjects of a king or queen, but subjects of external demands, fleeting trends, and the clamorous expectations of a world that often seeks to define us rather than allowing us to define ourselves. To reclaim your sovereignty is to assert your inherent right to govern your own being. It is to recognize that you, and only you, possess the ultimate authority over your thoughts, your feelings, your choices, and the precious allocation of your time and energy. This is not an act of arrogance, but an act of profound self-respect, a declaration that you are the architect of your destiny, the sculptor of your soul. It means consciously stepping away from the endless stream of external influences that pull you in 1,000 different directions, like a ship without a rudder on a turbulent sea. It means choosing, with deliberate intention, to steer your own course. This reclaiming of sovereignty is inextricably linked to the sacred art of nurturing the inner self. Imagine, if you will, a delicate seedling pushing through the rich, dark earth. It requires careful tending, a steady supply of sunlight and water, protection from harsh winds and invasive weeds. Your inner self, your authentic spirit, is precisely that seedling. It craves attention, kindness, and a supportive environment to flourish. Nurturing your inner self means turning your gaze inward, not in narcissism, but in a profound act of compassion and understanding. It means listening to the quiet whispers of your intuition, the authentic desires that often get drowned out by the noise of the world. It means acknowledging your own needs, not just those of others, and honoring them with the same care you would extend to a beloved friend. This might involve setting firm boundaries, saying no to commitments that deplete your energy, or simply carving out moments of stillness for reflection and contemplation. It means feeding your mind with nourishing thoughts, ideas that inspire and uplift, rather than those that breed doubt and comparison. It means cultivating a garden of positive affirmations, watering the seeds of your dreams with belief and persistence. It means tending to your emotional landscape, recognizing the validity of your feelings without allowing them to overwhelm you, and extending yourself the same grace and forgiveness you would offer to someone you deeply love. This nurturing is not a one-time event. It is a continuous, loving practice. It is the daily act of pulling out the weeds of self-doubt and fear, of gently pruning away the branches of resentment and unworthiness. It is the conscious decision to provide yourself with the mental, emotional, and spiritual nourishment you need to thrive, to grow, to become the fullest, most vibrant expression of who you were always meant to be. When you reclaim your sovereignty and nurture your inner self, you cease to be a passive recipient of life's currents and become, instead, a powerful force directing your own energy towards creation, purpose, and profound well-being. My dear ones, let us speak now of a concept that, at first blush, might cause a slight tremor of discomfort, a quiet furrowing of the brow. It is the notion of selfishness. For generations, we have been taught to eschew it, to see it as a shadow, a stain upon the character. And indeed, a narrow, grasping selfishness, one that seeks only to hoard and to diminish others, is truly a barren ground. But I speak to you today of a different kind of self-regard, a profound and necessary act that I dare to call noble selfishness. This is not the selfishness that isolates, but the one that empowers. It is not the selfishness that takes from the world, but the one that prepares you to give more abundantly. Imagine, if you will, a magnificent well, deep and pure. If that well is constantly drawn from without ever being replenished, without its waters being allowed to settle and cleanse, it will eventually run dry, or its waters will become brackish and unpalatable. So it is with us, my beloved. If we constantly pour ourselves out for others, our energy, our compassion, our time, our very essence, without first ensuring that our own well is full, clean, and vibrant, what truly meaningful sustenance can we offer? We risk becoming depleted, resentful, and ultimately ineffective in our desire to contribute to the greater good. Noble selfishness, then, is the sacred act of tending to your own well. It is the radical acceptance that your own vitality, your own joy, your own inner peace are not luxuries, but foundational necessities. It is the deliberate choice to nurture your spirit, to replenish your energy, to cultivate your unique talents, and to honor the rhythms of your own being. This might mean saying no when every fiber of your being cries out for rest. It might mean carving out time for quiet reflection, for creative expression, for learning that feeds your soul, even when the world outside clamors for your immediate attention. It means understanding that the compassion you extend to yourself is not a weakness, but the very crucible in which genuine empathy for others is forged. When you engage in this profound self-care, when you fill your own well with the clear, life-giving waters of purpose and well-being, a remarkable transformation begins to unfold. It is the beginning of illumination. For a truly luminous presence cannot emanate from a place of exhaustion or self-neglect. The light within you, that unique spark of divine creation that is your authentic self, begins to glow more brightly. And that light, my dears, is not meant to be kept hidden under a bushel. It is meant to shine. When you are nurtured, when you are whole, when you are operating from a place of inner strength and clarity, you naturally begin to radiate outward. Your patience deepens, your capacity for genuine listening expands, and your creative solutions flow more freely. The joy you cultivate within yourself becomes infectious, a warmth that touches those around you. The wisdom you gain through self-reflection becomes a gentle guide for others who seek their own path. Your very presence becomes a testament to what is possible when one dares to truly inhabit their own being. You become a beacon, not by striving for external validation, but by simply being. Your resilience in the face of adversity, born from your inner cultivation, inspires courage in those who witness it. Your authenticity, honed by stripping away the layers of external expectation, gives others permission to shed their own masks. You do not diminish the world by focusing on your growth. You enrich it, you elevate it, you become a source of strength, not because you are perfect, but because you are bravely and consistently becoming more fully yourself. The world hungers for this genuine radiance, for the wisdom and beauty that only you, operating from a place of noble self-nurturing, can truly offer. It is in this profound act of self-love that you unlock your fullest capacity to love, to serve, and to illuminate the path for all. And so, my sisters and brothers, we stand at the threshold of a profound truth, illuminated by the radiant glow of self-discovery. We have journeyed through the subtle theft of distraction, recognized the misguided external gaze, gazed upon the unfinished masterpiece of self, and embraced the nobility of nurturing our inner universe. Now the moment arrives for a resolute step forward, a solemn promise whispered from your soul to your being, a sacred pact for self-creation. This pact is not a fleeting New Year's resolution, destined to wither with the first chill of routine. No, this is a covenant, a profound agreement you make with the most important person in your life, yourself. It is a commitment to honor your essence, to fiercely protect your precious time, and to dedicate your energy to becoming the most authentic, vibrant, and fully realized version of who you are meant to be. It's a deliberate choice to cease being a passive recipient of life's currents and to become instead the conscious architect of your own existence. Imagine, if you will, that you are presented with a blank canvas, boundless in its potential. For too long, perhaps, this canvas has been left untended, or worse, splattered by the careless strokes of external demands and expectations. This sacred pact is your pledge to pick up the brush, to mix your own colors, and to begin with tenderness and courage the magnificent work of painting your unique masterpiece. It means no longer waiting for permission, no longer seeking external validation, but trusting the wellspring of creativity and purpose that resides within you. This pact demands deliberate action, not just intention. It means consciously dismantling the altars we have built to distraction, the endless scrolls, the trivial chatter, the comparison traps that steal our focus. It means cultivating a fierce guardian at the gates of our attention, allowing entry only to that which serves our highest good and contributes to our growth. This might involve setting firm boundaries with technology, with demanding relationships, or with activities that drain your spirit without replenishing it. It is an act of courageous prioritization, recognizing that your time is a non-renewable resource, too precious to squander on anything less than your true calling. Furthermore, this sacred pact calls for unwavering presence. It means truly inhabiting each moment, fully engaging with the task at hand, whether it be a challenging project or a simple act of breathing. It means silencing the clamoring voices of the past's regrets and the future's anxieties, and anchoring yourself firmly in the richness of the now. For it is only in the present moment that true creation can occur, where inspiration takes root, and where genuine connection with your inner self is forged. This pact is also a declaration of radical self-compassion. The journey of self-creation will not always be smooth. There will be days when the brush feels heavy, when the colors seem dull, when doubt whispers its insidious lies. This pact means treating yourself with the same kindness, patience, and understanding you would offer to a beloved child learning to walk. It means forgiving your missteps, learning from your challenges, and never abandoning the commitment to your own growth, even when the path feels arduous. Ultimately, a sacred pact for self-creation is an act of profound liberation. It frees you from the shackles of external definitions, from the tyranny of other people's expectations, and from the self-imposed limitations that have held you back. It empowers you to live a life aligned with your deepest values, to express your unique gifts authentically, and to contribute to the world from a place of genuine wholeness and purpose. It is the beginning of a magnificent unfolding, a testament to the power of a single, heartfelt commitment to yourself.